Hello, YouTubers. This is your Delta pilot at deltadrones.org. We got out for a flight today, and I wanted to take you guys with us and let you look around our area. Here we are flying over an area school, and I decided to fly over the field and see what was happening. So you can see there's a decent day today. Here's their ball field. They have look like 4 ball fields here. No ball players since we're still in the pandemic around this area. This is in Central California. So I was trying to stay high enough from the light fixtures, which I figured was about 100 feet. So I was about 105 feet here. You can see some traffic over here on the roadway. But if you look here, there's a person practicing doing exercising on the end zone there. Here, I didn't notice that at the time of my flight, but there he is, kicking his legs, exercising. At this point, I was focusing on the logo. Do a little fly over the logo and look around. They're the McNair Eagles. Pretty view of the eagle there on their center field. Looks like AstroTurf to me, which most schools are. They've got AstroTurf fields. There's a look at their swimming pool, which is all covered up. Hasn't been anybody using that for a while, apparently. Their stadium seats. And then their tennis courts. Looks like they have 8 tennis courts going there. You can see the birds on these light fixture. I was focused on those birds. I've almost got hit by a bird before, so I was cautious not to get too close to them and get a bird strike here. So fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. We're going to head over the ball fields a little bit. And if you can see in the distance there, I'm at that white dot up there. There's a church that I'm sitting at. So just about a half mile away. I thought, okay, I've used a little bit of my battery up. Let's see where we can go from here. Thought I'll do a little loop around this area just a little bit, just to eyeball it. And it's a little bit hazy on this day, but, not too bad. Still visibility is at least 5, 6, 7 miles. So here I am. I thought, oh, well, here's a canal. Maybe I'll follow this canal for a little bit and see where it leads us. And I came across this area and kind of rethought my flight path. A few cars in the parking lot here, as you can see. And so there's a few people wandering around. There's a person walking up the walkway over there. So everything's kind of green. We haven't had rain for a while, but everything's kind of greened up in our area. And this is, if you've looked at some of my videos, you've seen the tractor video, and this was not too far from that area between us and the school. There's a few people walking down here, as you can see. They seem to be looking up, so obviously they've noticed the drone. A little bit of water in the canal over there. At this point, I decided to do another loop around the ball field there. So I'll get spinning around here. Hope a lot of you enjoyed our year-end video that we did, the year review. So this is really my first flight of the year for 21. Been really busy with work and all. Here we go, and I thought, okay, well, my battery's at 72% still, so I'll head back. And then all of a sudden I saw this farm over on our left-hand side here. So I decided, well, I'll go fly over that and see what it looks like. So here we are heading towards that farmyard. And then at this point I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll do a loop around the whole thing. I'll practice my maneuvering, which is basically what I was going to go do, is a bunch of practice my maneuvering. And so I decided, well, I'll center this farmyard and do a complete loop around. So you'll see that in just a moment as I get closer. Start my side maneuver and spin around. Hope everybody had a good New Year's and everybody's recuperating from all the holidays. And I know I have to lose some weight after all this food. There we are, a few palm trees out there, and you can see the houses up in the distance. Well, that's the park that I normally fly at, and you've seen some of my videos with the train and the golf course. Well, that's just beyond where all those trees are in the distance. So here I am starting my maneuver around this farm. I'm sure the guy that owns this house or whoever lives there probably owns a lot of this land out here. This is just north of our town. It's about the only farmland that's still left in our area. Here we are spinning around, trying to keep the farm centered in our photo here. Lots of palm trees there. What is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 9 palm trees. A little smaller one in the front. Looks like a saguaro, or what do they call those small palm trees? At this point I figured, oh, I'll get to the back side and finish my loop and then I'll head back. At this point we're still got 60% of battery left, so you can see kind of hazy skies there and not perfectly clear day. There's a car sitting down there, so somebody's around most likely. And here we are now. That white building up there is where I'm positioned. So here we are heading back to that location. See how they've plowed these fields. Pretty neat pattern. Did this one north and south, and the one ahead of us, top, is plowed east and west. Then there's an orchard up above. At this point I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll come take a land and I want to go do a hyperlapse at the intersection that's at the top of our screen. So at this point I'm thinking, well, I'll go ahead and land and change out my battery at this point, just so I have a fresh battery for this hyperlapse. So we're getting close here to doing a change out. I won't bore you with the change out of the battery. Here we're coming in for a landing, lowering. And that's Horizon Christian Fellowship Church. They've got a little ball field there themselves, or football field, or volleyball, I guess that is, huh? Volleyball. There I am. There, you can see who I am. This is Delta Pilot. Alright, now we've changed out the battery, and you can see I've changed out my landing pad to the blue side. What happens is my orange side is warped, and when I came in for a landing, my blades touched the landing pad. I was afraid I was going to cut a hole in my pad, so now we have to aim for a blue landing site. Okay, so we're heading towards the site for a hyperlapse. And you'll see that here in a few moments. I speed everything up. About a 10-second hyperlapse coming at you. Oh, there's a little farmland right there too. That place has been there for a long time, and they've got this orchard. I don't know if those are walnuts or what below us. There's the intersection of Lower Sac and 8 Mile Road. And out that little yellow building that's out there beyond the intersection, that's another church location. Here comes our speed. Here we go. Let's see how fast we can make things move. There it goes. Right. So now we're back over the top of us, and we've got still 70% battery power. So thought, well, we'll fly on out to the east here and see what we can find. That's West Lane out there. There's a high school on the right hand side that we were started out at. So this point, I'm going to try some FPV. So I get up here a little ways and hover, and you'll see that here in a moment, and I change it to FPV. Now what FPV is it looks like when you're moving that you actually see the movement of the drone, and the camera doesn't stay straight, it actually turns with the drone. So it looks like you're really flying in the cockpit. So you'll see that here in a moment. I wanted to try this out. I've never flown in FPV mode. So you don't want to oversteer, or otherwise you get a little bit dizzy spinning. So here we are focused on West Lane, and you can see in the far distance that's Highway 99. You can see all the traffic up there as well going across. A lot of farmland between here and there. Oh, here we are. I'm switching it out. Oh, there's FPV mode. You see that tilt? Yeah, quite interesting. I think there's one point here ahead that I really turn it, and you see, really lose focus. It's hard to focus on anything when it spins like that. So here we are going towards 8 Mile Road, doing some turns to see the FPV maneuvering. And thinking one of these days I might do a hyperlapse there. That one's busier than the one where I did the hyperlapse at. West Lane and 8 Mile Road. A lot of traffic goes through there. But 8 Mile Road's just a single lane road, so it gets a lot of traffic. One of these days you'd think they might widen that, but they sure haven't yet. This area's really growing up, so one of these days they'll have to widen 8 Mile. They've done some bridges down the road where they've done overpasses over the railroad tracks just because of so much traffic. There's 8 Mile and Lower Sac. At this point I'm heading back. Thought, okay, FPV is kind of interesting. Couldn't get my goggles working earlier, so this was all done through my phone on the controller. I don't know what's wrong with my headset. I had to have my daughter look at it, try to get it working for me. I was playing with the ISO mode, so apologize for the bad video view right there. You can see how hazy it is. So that's why I was trying to play with the ISO, see if I could get better looking video. But that wasn't the issue. Wasn't the ISO. There we are looking down, and heading back, trying to find myself. For some reason, we've lost our little geolocation on our iPhone. Used to show you exactly where you are in relation to the drone. And either they removed that or some settings been changed. So I'm still looking to figure that out. Oh, here we are coming towards the church and gonna come in for a landing. Whoa, a little FPV movement there. Shake, rattle, and roll. No, that wasn't an earthquake, folks. Well, I appreciate you coming along with me. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do so. This is just a new format for me with my new Christmas headset that I got. So this might be something I'll keep trying if we get enough likes and subscribers. We're trying for 1,000, maybe by the end of this year. We're at 338, so we've got a long ways to go. One of these days I'm going to fly around that cell tower too. One thing I've been wanting to try is the dolly effect. It's where it makes it look like the object in front staying still and everything behind you is moving. It kind of plays tricks on your eyes. Probably seen that in some of those movies. There I am, coming in for a landing. Thanks for coming along, folks. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Delta Pilot out. Here's a little wave for you. Wave bye-bye. So, see you later, folks. Later.